My dear brothers and sisters in Jesus Christ, let us begin our reflection for the day with a reading from the letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verses 8 and 9. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is gracious, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing what you have learned and received and heard and seen in me. Then the God of peace will be with you. Dear friends, in Jesus Christ, today we are reflecting on the topic, helping our children to grow in virtuous life. You might be remembering when you have attended your marriage preparation course. The two goals are the ends of a Catholic marriage. Firstly, for the good of the spouses. Secondly, the procreation and the education of our children. Most often we understand education of our children means educating them in the schools. But the mind of the church is educating them in Christian faith, moral values, and bringing them in virtuous life. Virtues are mostly taught in our families. The Catechism of the Catholic Church teaches us a key element in Catholic parenting is molding the hearts and minds of our children and helping them to grow in virtuous life. And virtue is the habit that enables us to do what is right, and it is directly opposite to vice. Vice is a habit that enables us do what is wrong. So virtues are basically cultivated by practice in our Christian families. And when we look into the human life, virtues make foundation for good human life, and they lay foundation for our relationship with God, our relationship with everybody else. In simple way, virtues make us more human and direct our lives towards what is truth, what is good, and what is beautiful. So, as Catholic parents, if we want to bring our children in more virtuous life, we should help them to grow in that aspect. And secondly, how we should help them to grow. Today, I would like to place before you 3 ways that we should enable them to grow in a virtuous life. First and foremost is by example. So the process of modeling or helping the children, their lives according to the virtues begins at our homes. Mostly, the virtues children witness in their parents and in the elders and also in the teachers, they unconsciously imitate and they try to form those aspects, those values into their lives. For example, I remember from my own life experience, I learned the virtue of hard work from my father. My father used to work day and night at farm, and he used to put his soul and heart into the work he did. And he used to teach me that life is all about sacrifice, hard work, and the good that extends beyond our family. And my mother used to say, you do your best, you work hard, and leave the rest to God. So as a young boy, these teachings or these lessons which I learned from my father went into my habit, went into my life. Today, I believe in the equation that hard work plus God's blessing, nothing will beat in our lives. From the scripture, we have a beautiful example. Paul teaches to the young disciple Timothy, and he tells in his letter, Timothy, if your words are not corresponding to your actions, you are destroying your followers. This is exactly true of parenting also. If we are not able to witness a virtuous life, good life to our children, we are not enabling them to grow in the virtues also. So the first and foremost step to help our children to grow in virtues begins at our home. Virtues are always caught, they are not taught. Secondly, it is by repetitive practice. Every virtue is a habit, and habits are learned through repetitive action. So when we give enough opportunities for our children at our homes and at our schools and in our parishes to grow in these values, they automatically enter into their life pattern. Again, I remember when we are small, whenever a beggar comes to our house, my parents used to say to the children who are at home, go and give some dal or rice or the coins. Today, whenever I see a beggar, I am prone to do something because my memory goes back to my childhood experiences. When I miss the opportunity, I feel I have missed something. So, when we give such kind of opportunities to our children to grow in kindness, compassion, care for the sick in our own families, then automatically we are enabling them to grow in the virtues. Thirdly, it is by word. After modeling how to live a virtuous life at the families, we also should teach them from the examples from the Bible, the heroes of the Bible, the faith of Abraham, the chaste life of Joseph, and also the faithfulness of Daniel and his friends to God whom they worshipped, the call of Samuel, the prophet Jeremiah and Isaiah. When we teach such a kind of inspiring examples, we are forming their conscience to live their lives according to them. And also we have the beautiful examples of the saints. So many saints like Maria Goretti, Dominic Savio, Teresa of Child Jesus. These are the beautiful examples that we could teach to the children. Then they automatically try to imitate them in their lives. I remember whenever I used to go to my grandfather as a young boy, he used to narrate the stories of saints. Then I used to think I should also be like them. And they had a lot of influence in my own life. Yes, dear brothers and sisters, all these three ways are needed to help our children to grow in a virtuous life. And remember, as parents, the voice of the conscience that we are forming into our children is nothing but the voice of conscience of the parents. So it is a great task before us to help our children to grow in virtues first and foremost by modeling in our own families. My mother used to say always, what brings her or what makes her more happy as a mother is when somebody says your son is a good boy, he lives an exemplary life. She says that brings more happiness than the riches that we could give her. And the psalmist very clearly says, virtuous children are like arrows in the hand of a warrior. Blessed are the parents whose quiver is full of them. Let us remember the virtuous life the children live are the crown of glory for the parents. So let us help our children to grow in virtues by imitating these three steps, by modeling and by giving enough opportunities and by the word, examples and stories from the Bible. May God bless all of you.